As you can hear, the birds are out. I'm out on my morning walk because I haven't been out for a walk in the morning in quite some time. And this is my time to have my mental space and clarity before my day really gets started. So, hope you guys are doing well. I slept all right. You know, I'm up. Uh, Trying to see where that bird is because I hear him or her. But I don't know exactly where she is. So, but she's around somewhere. Just, right around the area. Let's see how sunny and how nice it is out here today. Thankfully, it's not too hot yet. It's actually very nice right now. So I just figured I'd come on, talk for a few minutes, as I'm waiting for something to come to me. I don't want to sound like a babbling buffoon, but yeah, I needed this. I like to come out. I like to feel the breeze. I like to hear the birds chirp and sing God's praises. It's a beautiful thing. So, good morning, Janet. Yeah, I went live last night, so you can check my other video out, but I did go live last night because I was just sharing some thoughts that I was having and wanted to get off of my chest, you know, and just enjoying my free time because my dad's back in the hospital. I took him Monday because he was having breathing issues, respiratory issues. And they've been going on for a good part of this year. And, I had been pleading with my dad since last month to go back to the hospital, and he didn't want to go back. So now, morning Eastern, uh, I took him. One hospital didn't really do anything for him but give him dialysis. And thank you, Season Troll. Um, he got dialyzed because he needed it. And then I brought him home. Thankfully, he was in good spirits when I had brought him home Tuesday. And then I took him yesterday morning because he asked me again to take him because he has a defibrillator in his chest and it's causing him issues. So, that needs to be worked on and addressed, and hopefully in time they do that. So, and he's back there. He's in the hospital now, so I'm just waiting for the hospital to call me so I have to go and pick him up. And hopefully he won't be in a crappy mood when I pick him up. Because he has periods of being that way for different reasons. So, yeah, that's why I said, let me get up, do something for myself. Good morning, Angela. Do something for myself and be out here for this walk. As you see these coconuts here, and I take them and I chuck them across just for exercise. I have nothing else to do. I take them and chuck them across. Man, you see the big splash because I just threw one across. Man, it's good exercise. I mean, nobody eats them anyway, so. uh, but I hope everyone's having a good morning so far. And if anybody has any prayer requests like I did last night, be sure to put it in the chat so I see it. Yeah, it is, I believe so. Hello, Corey. Yeah, it is hot here. That's why I get up and I go early in the morning when it's still nice and tolerable. I mean, hopefully, it's a little bit breezy, so you may hear a little bit of feedback, which sounds like I'm in a hurricane, but really, it's just the headset that I have on picks on a lot of uh, background noise, and it sounds worse than it is. Brandon Cole. Thanks, Corey. Well, Lord, I ask for prayer for, I believe so's friend, Nicole. Uh, I don't have details. I don't need them. Through, you know that she needs you. So I humbly ask that you help her in whatever way she needs help. You give her the strength and the courage to face whatever battle it is that she's going through. And I humbly ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Ironically, today, um, Thursdays are Bible study night where I go to a specific church with some brothers of mine and we go read the word. And we might talk about what kind of week we're having. You're welcome, I believe so. Um, so, and, that's my one time out of the week where I'm not, working as much because I work almost 7 days a week. Almost. Just depends on my mood and how well the vehicle is that I drive holds up. I have a truck that's almost 20 years old. That's a little over 100,000 miles, and it needs repairs. I don't have finances at this moment to repair those funds, but I'm believing that uh, God will make a way. He already has. I just haven't seen it manifest just yet in this plane just yet, but I believe that it will. And, I just have a lot of responsibilities on my shoulders, because I'm an only child. And, like I said, last month was a tough month because it marked 3 years since my mother passed away. And, she was my rock. She was a lot of things for me. She was my best friend. And, that hurt very badly. Then I had an accident 3 years ago, so that marked the 3 year anniversary of that. And but just prior to that, my dad's mother passed away. So it's literally been one thing after the other after the other. This month, back in 2017, lost the home and my aunt passed away. It's been 8 years since she passed. 8 years since we lost the home. Okay. I've told this story before. And then next month will be a year since a friend passed away that I used to know. So, like I made the analogy yesterday, I feel like a fighter, a boxer in a fight. that's constantly taking blow after blow after blow. And the referee's not stopping those blows. He's just allowing them to continue to be administered. But, it's not going to be an easy walk when you follow Christ. I mean, he promised that we would have times like this. It's just about enduring. And that's my battle, enduring these storms. And some days are definitely better. Uh, you know, um, that's just, yeah, Angela. It's a lot of. Oh, that's not. That's just last year. Like I said, I had to put one of my cats down last year. My dad was in and out of uh, rehab places. Last year, lost another family friend. There's a lot of losses and not enough time to process and grieve. But I have to sit up here and stand up and take responsibility of things, and I've done that as best as I know how to do, considering. But at times I feel it trying to catch up with me, and I'm not old, but excuse me. Sorry, I'm not old, but I'm not as young as I was either. Because next year, Lord willing, I'll see 40. So, and I definitely want to celebrate that because I've lost people along the way that didn't even see 40. But again, that's life. So, I'll show you these pretty, if my camera will work, these pretty hibiscus flowers here. Now you can see it live and in your face because I'm almost as tall as this bush is by comparison. You can see I'm almost as tall as the bush is. Just for comparison. Now they're one of my favorites. I'm not so much big on the color pink, but I see, your ladies like that, so that's fine. And I remember personally picking one from that particular bush to give someone that I was interested in at the time. But, that situation for me. So, God removed that person from my life, and I'm cool with that. That's fine. I'm good with that. But like I said, I just have an eye for color. I love beautiful colors. Again, another bush, as you can see. Now this one, I'm not going to stand next to it because I'm nowhere close to that bush, but I'm not taller than everything. So, but yeah, it's just a beautiful morning, very quiet morning over here thus far. And I guess when I get back, I'll go and hit the road, try to get a few more dollars in my pocket, and just wait for the hospital to call me so I could go pick my dad up and he could come home, and I hope he's eating because he hasn't been eating lately, and that's going to make him weaker than he already feels at times. But again, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink. Can only encourage someone to do so much. What they choose to do or not to do is entirely upon them, dependent upon them. And that's just what it is. So, and again, you can hear those birds chirping. I was trying to get from underneath the trees because you know how birds are. They like to take aim. And I'm not trying to be the intended target. No, it's too early for that. So, anyway, I'm surprised I've gone on for almost 16 minutes. Oh, man. But, yeah, I was just taking you along with me. Good morning, Dolores. I was waiting for you to come in, sis. I literally was waiting because I know Lisa will see this later. So I know I don't give people a prior heads up to going live. It's more of a feeling. Like if I feel like I'm ready to go live, I just hit the button. I'm not so much someone that's gonna sit up there and always plan it. I mean, there are times that I do plan it, like, okay, I'm gonna go live at such and such a time, and then, you know, plans change, my mind changes, and I just don't go live. And I know it's difficult to get, have people come in, but yeah, that's how it is for me sometimes. So, well, see, like mine's then, Dolores, we both decide to go take a morning walk because it's good to clear the mind, and it's just something that's good to connect with nature, no matter how long that may be. And sometimes I feel like I need to do it more. I need to do more things. Uh, you know, I mean, I need to hit that farm back up and go ride on a horse again. That's what I intend to do because that was such a pleasant time for me last week. And a horse was gentle. As many of you seen the picture, my profile picture, that was from last week when I went to a farm and rode on a horse. And I definitely want to do that again. I mean, it wasn't something that was planned because I have a lot of people saying, well, you're not, dressed normally like a person would to ride a horse. And that was because initially I had no intention of riding it. Then I changed my mind. So, and ironically, I have on those same shorts that I had on in the picture because I only have a certain wardrobe and I wear it often. It's because it's comfortable for me to wear. So, but I absolutely would do it again. You love it, Dolores. I mean, yeah, the horse I was on is a bit high for you. You need, I don't want to say the kitty horse, but you need one that's a little bit lower to the ground. I had a young stallion named Goliath. It was a very apropos name, but, I'm a big dude. 250 plus, 6'3", 250 plus. That's a lot of man on a horse. And you can't be young or old with, with a bad back carrying a heavy dude. That's just not gonna work. You're gonna be talking about, oh, my back. And I never seen a horse complain about his back. And besides, the horse, they already had a weight limit of 200 pounds. So I had exceeded that already. But, feeding them was awesome. Seeing emus was awesome. Petting the donkeys was awesome. I like when I saw the donkeys, I almost felt like Shrek. Like, donkey! Like, that's how I was feeling. Like, it was, it's just a sight to behold. Being able to feed the goats was fun. Just being in that atmosphere was a huge de-stressor. And I needed it. I really, really needed it at the time. And, it was just a divine thing to happen. And if my friend didn't tell me about it, then I would not have done it. So, because he just asked me to come with him to a farm, and I decided to do just that. And the rest was history. Uh-oh. So, you used to ride your grandpa's horses back in the day. That's been years and years ago. Yeah, I'm sure. I try to, Angela, like from time to time, I try to go to the beach, just something outside of the norm. And no, I just don't always feel comfortable leaving my dad alone by himself for too long. And once I get that situation handled, then I will be going out a lot more. Because mostly what I do is I work or I serve in the ministry, serve in Love Life, or I go and I serve at my church, which I'm a part of the parking ministry. So you see me, if you come to my church, you'll see me in the parking lot waving you in and getting you to a parking spot. Right, this past Sunday, it rained really bad and I got soaked. My shoes got soaked. They're still drying out. Now they stink because they didn't get ventilated properly, and that's my fault. But I'm going to wash them and let them dry somewhere so they could fully dry out. That's what I'm going to do. And then they'll get proper ventilation and hopefully smell better too. Because there's nothing I hate more than wet shoes that stink. Because all that's in there is that funky bacteria. And nobody likes that. Oh, okay, that's good, Dolores. I mean, who would have thought, a lot of like-minded things this morning? Who would have thought? And I had wanted to be a part of the church for a while. If it wasn't for a friend's pressing, I may not have done it, you know. But as I stay busy, I mean, at times I feel overwhelmed, but I have a good crew. The guys love me there already, and I've only been doing it for, let's see, this week was my third week. It's almost a month now I've been doing it. As I got one brother that's leaving, he's moving, so he's got one foot out, and I came in at the right time. And me, I can, help run things if needed because I see what needs to be done, and it's normal. It's not hard. Your mind just has to work a certain way to, it's easy, but sometimes it could be a challenge. Yeah, exactly that, Angela, exactly that. And, everybody else stayed dry for the most part Sunday, but I got soaked because I didn't put on a jacket and I knew it was coming. I knew that it was coming. I could feel it. But I let it come down and it was lightning. That's what I was concerned about, standing out there and it's lightning. Like, ooh, I'm like trying to shrink myself, not like it's going to protect me, but I get um, nervous being out there like that. But, we got people out of that out of that parking area, and then once I was done with that, then I went to work after that. I did some deliveries and I just got straight soaked. And that wasn't fun. But hey, I also love being in the rain, so that's a refreshing thing in and of itself. And no, like since then, it hasn't rained. It's been clear out. It has not rained. And my truck was just dirty, dirty with a lot of dust, and it took it completely off. I still need to wash the truck. That's just one extra thing on top of quite a bit that I already have to do that I'm not always up for. Gotta vacuum my truck. I need to clean it out because I have this stuff back here that I've been riding around with for months. You know, until I get the situation straight inside of the apartment, this stuff is just gonna continue to sit here. And you know, because it'd be nice to have somebody that wants to uh, help and not just say, hey, I'll help. No, actually show up, put on some gloves and say, hey, what we need to do. That, that takes a lot of the pressure off. But, so far, not too many challengers. And the ones that said they would help, I believe they really would. They're just dealing with health issues. And so, me, if you needed help and I said I would help you, I'm literally going to help you. You just have to give me the address and I will find you and I will pull up and help you. When I say something, I'm actually going to do that. I'm not just going to say it just so I look good, and that's the problem. Too many people will tell you they'll do something and not enough people are going to act on it. And that saddens me and annoys me to no end, but that's just, unfortunately, that's just what it is, unfortunately. And so, yeah, I see our friend from last night is not here. That Austin dude, I hope to God he wasn't a troll. I didn't block him because I'm not sure if that person was being facetious or not. But I'm not going to have any nonsense going on in my chats. And I see everything that comes by. And if I missed it, I'm going to go back and scroll up and look. So it's not too much that gets past me. Man, he might have been Dolores. I don't know. And I was wondering who he was calling cutie because I'm like, he, she, whatever it was. Because I don't want to be called no cutie. Like, you know, and I just leave that there. I'm not going to say too much past that. But, I'll take a compliment like anybody else. But some things just don't need to be said. Some things definitely don't need to be said. And yeah, but I'm thankful for the little audience that I do have, whether they come in a lot or they don't. No, as long as somebody shows up, that's fine. I'm good with that. So, but damn, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this on up so I can go ahead earn a little bit of money while I have some free time because I don't know how much more free time I'm going to have until my dad gets back, and I want to see what I can do because I need to buy some things too. Um, but I thank you guys for hanging with me for, you know, almost 30 minutes. And, um, you know, I guess I'll just pray us out real quick. Yeah, Lord, I thank you for everyone that's joined us today. I pray that my words were soothing and comforting and provided encouragement to those that may be hurting. Um, because I make myself a living vessel to be used however you so see fit for me to be used. And I do have a heart to serve, and I pray that, somebody was blessed today and that whatever individual situations everybody's having, that you meet their needs according to your will and, um, you know, that you strengthen and uplift those that are hurting because there are a lot of us that are hurting, a lot of us that are under constant attacks every day. Um, and that's to be expected because the enemy is cunning and just evil. He's like a roaring, he's like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. And he wants to sit up there and trip us up every second he can. And I just pray that layer of protection over us, especially Psalm 91. And, I just pray for protection for all of us if any of us have to go out and work or just grocery shop or whatever it is, go to the laundromat, whatever it is. As I ask for a layer of protection to be over us and over our minds so that we can stand against the wiles of the devil because he's very cunning. He has no power, but he's very cunning. So, Lord, I ask for this in Jesus' name. I thank you for it. Amen. Well, that's going to do it for now. All I can tell you is probably stay tuned to your notifications, have them on all. And if you know someone that uh, is looking for good quality content, send them my way. Just share this link out like you would anybody else. That helps. My channel's not monetized. I'm not doing that for money. Now, if maybe later, that changes, then we'll see that when that comes. But that's not why I do this. So, anyway, like I said, you guys be blessed, and I'll catch you when I go live again, whenever that is, because not even I know. I just go off a feeling and then hit live. So, um, I am signing out. Have a good day, everyone.